I've been waiting forever to do this review. I even skipped my Paper Towns review. I mean, I'll put the Paper Towns review up, but I wanted to do this review first because it's Mission Impossible! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm the Friendly Film Fan. It is finally the review of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. It is the 5th Mission Impossible movie in the Mission Impossible franchise, and I gotta tell you, this is probably the best 5th movie in any franchise that you will ever get. This movie is awesome. Tom Cruise returns as Ethan Hunt. He's hunting down the syndicate. It's this rogue nation, this anti-IMF, as Benji calls it in this movie, that does the same things IMF does, but does it in the name of chaos and making spy agencies look really, really bad. And there's this whole subplot with the CIA trying to shut down the IMF, but most of the main cast is returned except for Paula Patton. We'll get to that later. But Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, Jeremy Renner, Simon Pegg, and it's written and directed by Christopher McQuarrie. I was a little concerned that it wasn't going to be directed by Brad Bird after the success of Ghost Protocol, because that movie was so awesome. But don't worry, Christopher McQuarrie handles it beautifully. He was a co-writer on Edge of Tomorrow, and he worked with Tom Cruise on Jack Reacher. I didn't see Jack Reacher, so I didn't quite know what his style of direction was like, but it works very well for this movie. And part of this movie that really Ghost Protocol didn't have was Ghost Protocol was like a streamlined action movie. After that Dubai scene, it just it's an action movie, but it doesn't really have anywhere to go. Now in this movie, concerned about where they're going to go after that point, don't worry. They put it right at the beginning, and then they get onto the story. And so it's a really refreshing way to do that, is to have that action sequence right at the beginning of the movie, and now you have a story to get into, and it's a really interesting and intriguing story. Now we can get to the whole Paula Patton not returning thing. Rebecca Ferguson kind of takes Paula Patton's place in this movie. We have got to talk about Rebecca Ferguson in this movie, because I think the last movie that she did was Hercules with Brett Ratner and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and what a step up for her. She is fantastic in this movie. She is an awesome character, and it was so interesting watching her throughout this movie. She's not bad to look at either. She's such a great character for a movie like this. Ving Rhames is back as Luther Stickle. They give him more to do in this movie. He had a cameo at the end of Ghost Protocol, but they give him a lot more to do in this movie, and I really like seeing that. Jeremy Renner returns as Brant, and of course he's fantastic. They give him a little bit more to do, but he has kind of more of a prominent place. He's kind of on the CIA. He's trying to keep them off of Ethan. Simon Pegg is generally considered the comedic relief in most movies that he's in, but he shows in this movie he has good dramatic chops. He just happens to be so good at the comedy relief that they kind of make him that way. He is so funny in this movie. I swear, he has the funniest moments in this movie come from Simon Pegg, and he's so good at it. He's so much fun to watch. But the creme de la creme, Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt. This guy just doesn't stop. I think he's 50-something. He looks like he's 25 in this movie with all the stunts he's doing. He did that airplane take 8 separate times. Part of the cool part about this movie is you're watching it and you're going along and your brain kind of snaps and is yeah, reminder, Tom Cruise is doing all of these things himself. That's not a stunt guy, that's actually him. That's a testament to his commitment to acting. And as an actor, he is fantastic. He is a bona fide action star at this point, and it really shows. He's great at it. And the story in this movie is intriguing enough that between Ghost Protocol and this movie, you can pick which one you like better, and nobody's going to give an argument. If you like 3 better than this one, some people might give arguments. As long as we can all forget Mission Impossible 2, we're good to go. But for me, this one, I actually liked it better than Ghost Protocol, and I didn't think I could like a Mission Impossible movie better than Ghost Protocol. But they're going to start filming Mission Impossible 6 next summer. I am already on board. I am ready to see the next installment of this franchise. They seem to have hit a really solid formula between 4 and 5, and I really hope they add new things, but they also keep that formula kind of consistent as the baseline through the rest of the films of this franchise. Honestly, this is not only one of my favorite movies of the summer, this is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. It was on my most anticipated list from last year, and I am so glad it was. I'm going to give Mission Impossible Rogue Nation a 9.2 out of 10. So, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, have you seen it? What did you think about it? And what is your favorite order of the Mission Impossible movies from best to worst? I'll give you mine. Mine's 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. Be sure to subscribe to this review channel for more reviews like this one. I'm the Friendly Film Fan, guys, and I will see you next time.